Hi Sagittarius, Jessica here with Cardinal Signs. This is your decision reading running from mid-June through to mid-July. There are two parts to this reading. We're going to be looking at path 1 and then path 2. I'd like you to take a moment before we begin and assign one of your choices or options to be represented by path 1 and the other one to be represented by path 2. Messages coming up here for path 1. This path seems to be in its infancy. I'm seeing that it's in its beginning stages, and there's a lot of growth and development yet to come that you can expect from this pathway. There's a fair degree of predictability associated here, like there's a predictable or reliable outcome with this path. I'm also seeing the letter K. I don't see letters too often, so this is standing out fairly strongly. The letter K may be significant to you, maybe not. From a symbolic standpoint, K can be representing that you actually have 4 paths that you're looking into. If we take an overhead viewpoint, you're kind of in that central point where all of those lines come together to make the letter K. Now, interestingly enough, I'm seeing a letter V for path 2. So V is a subset of the letter K. So it's kind of like path 2 is a component or a smaller, more focused aspect of path 1. So path 1 seems to be fairly broad, whereas path 2 is a little more narrower in focus. For path 2, I'm also seeing a lion. So there's a lot of strength and courage coming up here with the energy of the lion for a Sagittarius. There's perhaps the need to draw on your inner strength and courage as well as you embark or consider path 2. So let's take a look here at the cards. So this is for Sagittarius, for a choice or decision to be made from mid-June through to mid-July. What does Sagittarius need to know about these choices or decisions to be made? Messages and energies for path 1 and path 2. Path 1 and path 2 for Sagittarius. What do they need to know? Okay. So I'm going to look at the overall energy here for path 1. Ooh, we've got the 6 of Wands. Lovely. That's success. 2 things to consider with path 2, or path 1, sorry. We've got the 2 of Swords, schizophrenia, and we have the 5 of Cups, clinging to the past. If you were to travel down path 1, the outcome that you could expect, where it could lead you, we have the Queen of Pentacles, flowering, and we have the Fool. Overall energy for path 2, we have completion. This is the World. 2 things to consider with path 2. We have the 4 of Wands, participation, and we have the 9 of Swords, sorrow. If you were to travel down path 2, if this was your choice, you could expect it to lead you to the Tower, the Thunderbolt, and the 10 of Wands, suppression. We had some similar cards coming up here for another sign. Okay, so 6 of Wands here, success. So this bodes very well for path 1. This is you having put in a lot of work and effort, and now you're coming back and you're really enjoying the success, the rewards here. There's definitely people admiring you as well. You're feeling on top of the world. It's really nice. 2 things to consider here for you for path 1, Sagittarius. 2 of Swords and the Five of Cups. So this is traditional decision energy, the Two of Swords. This is being split into two, being really divided internally about which option you should go with. And there's a strong emotional pull here. There's a lot of confusion. You can see this picture that this individual is hiding behind. There's a lot of confusion, a lot of conflicting ideas. There's some overwhelming aspects going on here. It's kind of chaotic. But they're hiding. They're having a hard time facing the facts, facing reality. Perhaps they're feeling that it's muddled, or that their emotional state is so confused that they're not able to think rationally or see rationally. So we need to really center ourselves here. There's the need for that with these two cards. There's also a lot of talk coming in here, a lot of different people, different ideas coming in on all sides, adding to your own confusion. This can also be your internal voice chiming in from a lot of different viewpoints and confusing you further as well. So again, we're dealing with an internal division here where you're feeling very split. Now, the outcome energy, if you were to choose path 1, we have the Queen of Pentacles and we have the Fool. So this is very nice potential energy. There is a degree of risk-taking here. You just have to be careful to, have a little foresight. It's funny, I just noticed this. The thing that I saw for your first message was actually this exact same moon. That's so cool. And there is strong moon energy actually. Now that I'm looking at these cards more closely, we have this kind of infancy with the Fool, the very beginning, that anticipation, that freshness, that newness. And we have you coming further down your path with the Queen of Pentacles, which is very mature energy, very firmly seated, very established energy. And this always reminds me of a full moon. So it's like you've reached the pinnacle of whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. So you've come through the cycle here from the very baby steps, the very beginning, and you'll be achieving this wonderful, great, whole, complete thing. And you're going to be sitting very confidently and very successfully. This, paired with the Six of Wands here, there's a lot of success coming in for you, Sagittarius. Overall energy for path 2, we have the World. So this is completion. So very interesting. We have a very young energy coming in here for path 1, whereas for path 2, it feels like this is kind of something that you've been working on before, something that you've perhaps graduated from, and now you're coming into a new phase with a more mature outlook. You're more seasoned. With completion, this card can sometimes indicate that you're trying to feel complete. You're trying to perhaps fill some kind of void or gap that you're feeling. So you can see with this puzzle piece, they're trying to fit it in somewhere, and they're searching for the place for where it fits. Two things to consider here. For path 2, we have the Four of Wands, participation, and we have the Nine of Swords, sorrow. So this is all about very solid, very tangible foundations, oftentimes in collaboration with other people. At least one, but generally there's more people involved here. Now, there can be a little bit of conflict going here. There can be some hurt feelings. Be careful, because you might be feeling particularly sensitive, or the people that you're dealing with, one or more of them, may be inclined to be a little bit more on the sensitive side. Perhaps you're dealing with a sensitive topic or a sensitive situation, and we just have to be aware of that and be more gentle and allowing. Make some allowances here when we're working with other people so that we can accommodate everybody and keep everybody happy, really. This is about kind of appeasing all parties involved here. So if someone's hurting, it could be you, but just keep this in mind. Outcome, if you were to choose path 2, this is some pretty intense energy here, Sagittarius. We've got the Tower paired with the 10 of Wands, suppression. So we can see there's a lot of lightning. You can see the lightning coming up through in the sides of this card, and the lightning coming down in these cards. So there's a lot of intensity here. There's a lot of very quick changes. There's the need to be adaptable and the need to be very flexible. You need to be prepared for the unexpected, because this kind of energy comes in without warning. Now, of course, we're going through this here, so hopefully you have a heads up and it doesn't catch you too off guard, but just be aware that there is this very intense, quick, sudden energy potentially coming in here with path 2. With suppression, it's very important for you to be open. This is especially true for communication, keeping channels of communication open and clear. The 10 of Wands traditionally is about very hard work, and it can be about perhaps working yourself to the point where you're not able to meet your own needs anymore, where you are exhausting yourself completely and you're struggling. And nature is going to jump in here, and it's going to say, no, you need to slow down. So this is the point in our life where maybe we get a little injury or we fall ill, and we are forced to take this, take a seat on the bench, go to the sidelines, take a break, take care of ourselves, and then we can get back into the game. So just be careful of that, because if you don't take care of yourself, nature is going to come in and it's going to make you take care of yourself. Okay, so if you want to avoid this, make sure you have your own personal downtime. Take care of your physical, emotional, and mental needs, because you're no good to your goals or anyone else if you're run down and if you're depleted. So that's the message coming up here, which I didn't see at first, and I don't think I've ever gotten that one with those 2 cards, but it came up pretty strongly for you, Sagittarius. So I'm going to pull an additional card of guidance, one for each of the 2 paths. So what else does Sagittarius need to know about path 1? Additional guidance and clarity regarding path 1 for Sagittarius. It's this one. Grace. Oh, very nice. This is a lovely card. Take a look at that. So this is you in a really good spot. You can see how you're just basking in the sun. You're enjoying life. You're in a really good place here. You've set yourself up, and you are now, as I said, you're reaping the rewards of your efforts. You're basking in success here. So I often find when I pull additional clarity cards that they represent the overall energies for the original spread. So it's really good energy representing path 1 for you. This feels very good, very promising, very fertile, very abundant. There's a little bit like there's a pause here, like you're going to have some breathing room, you're going to have some space for yourself. For path 2, additional, oh, this is the one that wants to come out right here. It was raring and ready, faith. So that's lovely. This is another beautiful card. So this is drawing on your internal wisdom, your internal intuition, having faith in the situation, especially because we have this sorrow here, so things might seem a little bit bleak. You might really be struggling internally, and you are being told to have faith, told to be strong, be firm, stick with your beliefs, go with your gut instincts. There's a lot of purple in this card, which is a very spiritual color. So ask for help, ask for spiritual guidance if you feel called to, if you feel that you need it, and it will come. Very beautiful. This, her hat here, it kind of reminds me of a helmet, like a hard hat or a protective helmet in some way. So I feel like you are going to be protected and have the right equipment, the right resources to get yourself through this. You've got the tools. So it's really nice to see. So thank you so much, Sagittarius. I hope that this reading was helpful for you. I, of course, can't make the choice for you. I hope that some of these messages have resonated and made your situation a little bit more clearer. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for liking the video. If you haven't already subscribed, please feel free to do so if you'd like to receive my regular uploads, my tarot forecasts. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.